Hello, everybody. This is Tetrafolium, back with another video. Right now, we're discussing my preparations for the Week 3 battle against Team Zander. I've got Blue Skies in a Battle playing in the background because this time I'm serious. I'm not trying to lose another game. I don't lose back-to-back weeks, alright? So, let's get started with the team. We've got Myra, the Clefable, unaware because I don't want to lose to any sort of boosting that this team might have, like a Sword Stance Halucha, like a Dragon Dance or Sword Stance Baxcalibur, like a Calm Mind, Shell Smash, whatever, Chandelure or Poltergeist, or excuse me, Poltegeist. I've got enough defense, I believe, to guarantee live a Bullet Punch from Choice Banded Scizor, and enough special attack to one-shot it back, even a specially defensive Scizor with Flamethrower. I think I also one-shot most variations of Baxcalibur. If he's running special defense and he lives it, then like there's nothing I can do about that. But yeah, this Clefable set is not so different from last week, except it's unaware now instead of Magikarp. We've got making their debut, Haydar, the Malamar. I like Chesto Resto in this item clause format. Not many other Pokemon on my team want the Chesto Berry, and Haydar can really use the recovery. We've got Superpower, Knockoff, and Thief as our moves. Basically, I just want to spam Superpower. Knockoff is going to be my option to when I want to get kills. And if I happen to knock something off after I've used Rest, then Thief is an option to steal an item. I don't anticipate myself clicking Thief that much, but it was one of the better options that I had available. I came to find out while building this team that Malamar actually doesn't get Poison Jab this generation like I thought, so I guess I'm going to be stuck with Terra Blast as my poison coverage if I go Terra Poison in the future. But I wanted Terra Poison now so I can flip a potential matchup against Gardevoir, assuming that he's like, oh, he's going to go Terra Dark or Terra Stellar. I'm just going to Moonblast him for a lot of damage. Then I can get a free turn by going Terra Poison. Now, I don't know how much that helps me, because I don't know if Knockoff kills unboosted, but it might be good enough. I cannot, for the life of me, remember what speed that is. 230. I'm guessing that that's to outspeed... what Pokemon on his team is 229? Scizor, probably. Probably just a 252 not timid or jolly Scizor. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. I've got Arbok, Beetlejuice, also making an agency debut. Not agency debut, sorry, that was my last season's team. We've got Choice Band with Gunk Shot, Earthquake, Sucker Punch, and Switcheroo. Choice Band, Sucker Punch is going to hit really hard. It's pretty solid. I hope to see Beetlejuice put in some good work. Not much else to say about that. I could have run like Glare instead, but I figured I just need the immediate damage. And we're max speed so that we can speed tie a Gardevoir. Just in case it comes down to it. Then we got Dwayne Johnson with the Mirror Herb. This is primarily just a Torterra switch in. Every time his Torterra has come in, it's basically just click Shell Smash. So if I'm out of position, I'm just gonna switch hard into Tauros and get my Shell Smash boost. Against pretty much every Shell Smash variant of Torterra, close combat is a one-hit KO. Does not matter what he terras into because they're all neutral. So I'm just gonna click CC. Raging Bull is gonna be good against Scizor. Rock Slide is to hit Charizard in particular. It could also be good for Chandelure. Earthquake would be better for Chandelure, but as you can see, if I had Earthquake instead of Rock Slide, then I would not have an option for hitting Charizard. Then we have Fafnir, Booster Energy for Booster Speed, I believe. No, I'm sorry, actually for Booster Attack. Why Booster Attack? Well, Fafnir has the very fortunate distinction of, with this EV spread, being 1 point faster than Hawlucha, unboosted. So, I already stop a Hawlucha Revenge kill if Unburden is taken care of. And I just want that extra damage, of course. Why else would I run Booster Attack if not to get that extra damage? I did not opt to run Adamant though, because I do need as much speed, literally this much speed, to outspeed Hawlucha. But it's kind of insane how it worked out this way. I'm actually really glad. Finally, Polaris, my Choice Scarf Jirachi. I should probably stop playing around and bring this set way more often. I've got Iron Head, U-Turn, Trick, and Stealth Rock. Usually the last move you see on a Choice Scarf Jirachi is Healing Wish, but I figured that Stealth Rocks can help some of my calcs out quite a bit, so maybe I'll just lead Choice Scarf Jirachi, Polaris, and get my Stealth Rocks up, and that would be great. If not, I can always bring it in on turn 17 and throw the really fast rocks just to do it. I did not change my Terra types to normal like I usually do for all my non-Terra captains, but that's probably not going to be that big a deal, let's be honest. Yeah, well, I'm serious. I've got my game face on. We'll see you guys back when the battle has happened. Alright, so here we are into the battle. I've got the Fire Dragon music. I love that final boss theme, by the way. If you guys haven't played Fire Emblem Blazing Blade, Fire Emblem 7, Fire Emblem, just Fire Emblem as it was localized in the States, you should. It's a good game. So looking at this team, I'm seeing no Charizard, I'm seeing no Chandelure, I'm seeing, man, I wish I brought Earthquake on Dwayne Johnson. But as it stands, it just looks like setup sweeper, spike setter, setup sweeper, setup sweeper, just in my face right now. And I don't like that. I don't know who I'm anticipating to lead. I would guess in this situation Samurott. So I'm just going to lead with Jirachi. If it's Samurott, I'm U-turning, getting some pretty good chip. If it's Bax, then I'm going to just start throwing off the Iron Heads. My Jirachi is fast enough to outspeed Bax Caliber at +1, so I don't have to worry about him getting his DD off. And I have enough defense to live Earthquake pretty comfortably. So he actually leads Toxtricity, which is probably the worst matchup for me. Albeit, there were not very many other Pokemon I could have led that would have matched up better. Maybe Arbok, because of the faster Earthquake, assuming he's not Choice Scarf. But yeah, this is pretty scary. If he's the Throat Spray set, I need to get out of there. And if he's the Shift Gear set, then I really need to get out of there. So I'm just going to U-turn and then throw out Arbok, probably for Slaughter. I assumed that that was going to be a Choice Specs Boom Burst, but it's actually Life Orb. Life Orb gives me a lot of comfort because I know that he's not Scarf. And if he's not Scarf, he doesn't outspeed Fafnir. And I'm just going to click Earthquake. My sort of thought here was that his best possible switch in for Earthquake was Hawlucha, but I'm faster and Acrobatics kills. So even if he switches into Hawlucha, it's really no sweat off my balls. I get the chip on Torterra. I see leftovers, and that makes me a little worried. I'm thinking, oh man, is he Iron Defense, Max, like Defense Torterra? Is he gonna be able to live an Acrobatics? And I went over to the calculator, and I put it in, and I was like, oh no, he's just the Shell Smash set. That's just how little Earthquake does. And then I saw that Acrobatics was a super duper kill. And then this is also probably the most important turn of the battle here for me, because I don't know for sure if he's Terra Water or Terra Electric. If he's Terra Electric and he clicks it right now, well, he's going to resist my Acrobatics, and he's going to be able to get off the Shell Smash. If he does, I could be in trouble. This is probably where switching to Tauros would have been great, but just the thought occurred to me, well, if he's going to Shell Smash, and I have Clefable in the back, for example, against a non-White Herb Torterra, or actually, I guess that doesn't really matter if he's White Herb or not, I can click Moonblast and live a hit. So I'm just going to rip the damage here, and I absolutely OHKO him. I don't know what his Terra type was. If it was Grass, I guess, like, then I could see why you wouldn't click. But if you were anything else, I don't see why you don't click. If you were Water, I really don't see why you don't click, because that would have guaranteed lived, I think, every one of my attacks, at least. Maybe, I don't know, I actually don't know about the knockoff count, but yeah, if you were Terra Water, you had to click it there. If you were Terra Electric, I mean, I guess I could see the mind game of what if I click Earthquake again, predicting Terra Electric, but I didn't, so now we're in a good spot. Then he goes to Hawlucha. I guess maybe he assumed if I'm booster attack, then I can't be, like, max speed, which means that Hawlucha might outspeed me. And that just wasn't the case. And I'm getting Euro beat now. That's fantastic. Sorry about that. In comes the Samurott. I'm going to switch to Tauros here, predicting him to go for either X-Scissor or a Dark type move. Or, not a Dark type move. Fighting type move against my Roaring Moon to force it out. He goes for a Razor Shell. Now, on one hand, I guess he got the play right, so I should give him credit for clicking the Razor Shell on my switch. However, what if I stayed in and Dragon Danced? Like, you would have been screwed. Unless this is like a Focus Sash Samurott, you would have been so screwed. So I really don't agree with this play. I still think it would have been better to do a move that would have threatened an OHKO on Roaring Moon. Even if you think I'm going to Tauros, because if I click DD, then I'm just getting 6, and you're like, what are you going to do about it? CC on Samurott and just kill it. I don't know why you don't switch, try to make an aggressive switch, maybe to Poltegeist. Like, I'm not going to click a fire type move, but so. Anyway, here comes Bax, and I CC it, and it's dead. And yeah, now I'm realizing that everybody who lost to this is probably pretty fraudulent. Here comes Poltegeist to set up. Stored power does absolutely nothing. He's Focus Sash on the Poltegeist, which makes sense. Foul Play, which also does absolutely nothing. I figured that the worst possible thing that Poltegeist could do to this is Strength Sap to get HP back, but every time I hit him, he's losing defense, and his start power does absolutely nothing. So get this Poltegeist out of there. I would have 1v1'd it either way. And then Toxtricity is guaranteed slower, and I'm just gonna Earthquake it and GG. It's over in 11 turns. That's pretty much it. I've had longer fights against the Fire Dragon. Any thoughts? I mean, I don't know. I guess this felt really easy because my opponent did not try to make any plays. He basically just clicked what was in front of him. It's kind of like he was playing his own game, not realizing that I'm actually actively playing against him. At least that's how I felt. Maybe that sounds a little harsh, but like that's just how I saw it. And I think if you're up against this team and you don't have the mesmerizing Dondozo as an unaware switch in, then just click what's in front of you and you'll beat this team. That's my advice for you.
I think I got my swagger back. Oh!